Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast here from the Leadership Park at Goodman campus. Lehigh softball taking on Penn in the first game of a doubleheader. We're very, very excited to be here. My name is Eddie Fjord, joined by Jay and Yohai. We pick up in the middle of the first inning. We had some difficulties in the top of the first. A free and out for Penn, and now Lehigh comes to bat. Kind of going through the top of the first inning to recap real quickly. It was a fly out to right field for Madison Bowerly, and then a ground out to shortstop for Brianna Brown, and then a fly out to right field for Sarah Schneider. So now Lehigh comes to the plate in the bottom of the first in a tie game. Leading off for the Mountain Hawks is going to be Kari Boryak-Torovic, the fifth-year senior, playing at shortstop today, and she has been one of the key parts both offensively and defensively. A contact hitter, gets on base at a clip of around 38%. First pitch misses from the right-hander on the mound for Penn, number 2, Peyton Bean, the sophomore from the state of Texas. 1-0 delivery as Boryak-Torovic sends it to center, and to gather it is Brianna Brown for the first out. Coming to the plate for Lehigh now is going to be number 13, Lily Owens. Second baseman from Chino Hills, California. First year has been off to quite the start. She's appeared in all 28 games for the Mountain Hawks, and she is batting around .280, has won Patriot League Rookie of the Week a couple of times as well. First pitch from Bean is away for a ball. Deals to 1-0. Misses again, a 2-0 count to the first-year Owens.
Hitter's count here for Owens. Let's see if she tries to be aggressive with this pitch.
2-0 to Owens. And Bean misses high again. One of the things that Lily Owens has done to kind of electrify the Lehigh offense, provide some power hitting in the middle of the lineup. She has 5 home runs on the season. Owens against the 0-3-0. That's going to be a strike on the inside of the zone. One out in the bottom of the first inning, tied between Lehigh and Penn at 0. Skied into right field. And moving back and making a great catch is Julia Mortimer. Wait, no.
Home run.
Went over.
I think it deflected off her glove and went over.
Yeah, Mortimer reached up. It might have went off her glove, but Lehigh off to a 1-0 lead. It's number 6 on the season for Owens. And it will bring Emily Semino to the plate. Lehigh off to an early 1-0 lead after the slow shot from Owens, with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Semino misses for a ball. 1-0 count against the Lehigh outfielder. Semino fouls this one back.
That was a good swing there. Just fouled that one back. Just got under it a little bit. Looks like she's got her timing right, though.
Bean has appeared in 16.1 innings for the Quakers so far this season. And she has an ERA of 3.43. Another ball from Bean to 1 count.
Good eye there.
Against Emily Semino. 2-1 pitch from Bean. The offering is wide.
Good hitters count here.
Lehigh's outfielder is batting 3-4-5 in the lineup. 3-1 against Semino. She'll take her base. So the right fielder, Semino's on base. Coming to the plate now will be the center fielder, Brooke Cannon. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in and for your support of the Lehigh student broadcast. We will be doing both of these games. I will be stepping out for Alec Eskin for Game 2, a doubleheader at 4 p.m. later on. Or I guess instead of 4 p.m., whenever this one will finish up, as Bean kicks and deals. The first to Cannon, it will be low for ball 1. Cannon's driven in 9 runs on the year. The junior from Virginia Beach. Barely clips the outside for strike 1.
Really important at-bat here for the Mountain Hawks. Already have 1 run on the board, have a runner on. Pitcher has sort of struggled early to find command. Another ball there low.
Yeah, inside misses now to a 2-1 count against Brooke Cannon, the junior. The delivery on to 2-1 misses wide again. Bottom of the first, 1 out. It's a 1-0 Lehigh game on a solo home run from Lily Owens. And bounced through the glove of the right fielder on Penn. And out of the ballpark as the 3-1 pitch is inside for Bean, and that will walk Cannon. Runners on first and second. Josie Charles coming to the plate as catcher Sarah Schneider is coming out to talk to Peyton Bean, as the Mountain Hawks have runners aboard both first and second base. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Peyton Bean's a pitcher that normally doesn't struggle with control so much. She only walked 4 players coming into this game.
As the first pitch is grounded up the middle by Charles, and rounding third and coming home is Semino. And the Mountain Hawks add 1 more. 2-0 in the first.
Great job there by Charles, looking to be aggressive on the first pitch. Catcher just met with the pitcher. Probably was, trying to calm her nerves down and tell her to just throw strikes. So I think Charles probably knew that and was looking to attack early.
Yeah, great hit by Charles, just grounding that in the gap between the shortstop and second base. Taking the first pitch as the first pitch to Amanda Graney, the designated player at bat right now for Lehigh, is low for a ball. Graney batting .265 on the year. Usually plays catcher in the field. On first is Charles, on second is Cannon. Lehigh 2 runners aboard with 1 out as the second pitch of the at-bat is in for a strike.
Good pitch there right on the inside corner.
The 1-1 from Bean. Low into dirt, gathered by Schneider.
Good block there, good block.
Time called. And the Penn coaching staff's going to come out to talk to the sophomore pitcher. The Mountain Hawks at home for one of the first times all year. Last season, they were 10-4-1 at home. And their last home loss back on April 30th, 2022 was against Colgate in Patriot League play. The Mountain Hawks being the reigning champions of Patriot League softball. The Penn coaching staff coming out to convene with the sophomore Peyton Bean. She's thrown 18 pitches so far in the bottom of the first inning. Has given up 2 runs. One on an RBI single, one on a solo home run from Lily Owens, the Lehigh first year. And now she has the 2-1 count, delivers to Graney. Graney looks at a called strike.
That pitch just clipped the inside corner, really close.
And a 2-0 delivery from Bean. Going to be popped up into center. Dealt with by Brown. And that's the second out of the inning. Holds the runners at first and second. Sydney Parlett will be coming to the plate. Sydney Parlett had a great series last weekend as Lehigh took 3 wins against Lafayette. First pitch of the AB for Bean will just land there for strike 1. Parlett, the first year from Dunkirk, Maryland. 10 RBIs on the season so far, batting around .270. Has broken her way into the Lehigh lineup as of late.
Close.
And the second pitch from Bean misses for ball 1. Parlett has started 22 out of Lehigh's 28 games. Faces the 1-1. There's 2 outs, runners on first and second. For Lehigh, they lead 2-0 over Penn. The 1-1 delivery from Bean, and that is fouled back into the netting behind home plate. 1-2 count against the first year.
Good swing there. Now just have to look to put something in play. Protect with 2 strikes.
1-2 count against Sydney Parlett. As Bean in the windup with the 1-2. It will come in and it will clip Sydney Parlett as she will take her base. And that will jam them up for Lehigh with 2 away. Speaking of first years for Lehigh, Abby Tabaka, number 17, is coming to the plate next. Bases loaded, 2 away in the bottom of the first, 2-0 Lehigh. The first pitch from Bean will be fouled back into the right side netting behind home plate. Tabaka on the season batting .235. She's come across the score twice. Started 8 games so far for the Mountain Hawks. The 0-1 from Bean. Down and away, count even.
Really important at bat here. Bases loaded, any hit will probably score 2 runs, an extra base hit, possibly 3. Already up 2-0, could really bust this game wide open.
And a pitch inside will force Tabaka to swing for strike 2. 1-2 against the first year from Wallington, New Jersey. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swings and misses. That will retire to first for Lehigh. They put 2 runs across from a Lily Owen home run and a RBI single from Josie Charles as they lead 2-0. It's the end of the first period, into the first inning, and we will stick around for the second as Lehigh is already off to a lead. Coming off of this past weekend, they won 3 straight against Lafayette, opening Patriot League play. Looking at some of the upcoming series for Lehigh, next they're going to have Bucknell in town this weekend. And then, as far as Patriot League goes, they get a 2-week break. They get to play some opponents from New Jersey, Princeton, Seton Hall, and then to Colgate on the 15th. And then they continue to roll into mostly conference games from there, all in the lead-up to the championship rematch in the last weekend of the season against Boston. Maria Urban retired the first 3 batters in Penn's lineup. The first baseman, Dana Anderson, is next up for the Quakers as the first pitch is low for ball 1. Anderson, a junior from Miamisburg, Ohio, faces the 1-0 pitch from Urban in that one. Still too low to strike zone.
Important to throw strikes here, especially with a lead. Important to attack these hitters.
The 2-0 from Urban, low again. Nobody away in the top of the second inning at Leadership Park. It's 2-0 Lehigh, as Dana Anderson will get on base with a 4-pitch walk. It will be the first base runner for Penn this afternoon. Coming to the plate next will be the right fielder, number 18, Julia Mortimer. Maria Urban so far on the year has allowed only 10 walks across 31 innings as Mortimer bunts it down and the runner advances. It'll be 1 away. And time was called for Julia Mortimer to give her a second to get back onto her feet. It'll be the first out for Lehigh, and it will advance Dana Anderson into scoring position for Penn. A 2-0 Lehigh lead in the top of the second.
The throw there was a little up the line, so there was a little collision at first base for a second. But I think everyone's okay.
Delaney Smith, the first year from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, is the next batter for Penn, with Dana Anderson on second. The first offering from Urban is away for a ball. Urban kicks and deals to 1-0. Away again. Surrendered a 4-pitch walk to Anderson. Now the Lehigh infield is coming to coalesce around Maria Urban and discuss Lehigh pitching coach Patty Ruth Taylor also coming out of the dugout to discuss the next moves for Maria Urban. She faces the 2-0 count. Smith at the plate, batting .204 on the season. Away for ball 3.
Let's see if Smith has the green light here, 3-0. I would think probably not, but we'll see.
Urban on the 3-0. It misses. Just, they're going to rule it a strike. That was a pretty wide pitch, but... And I think she stepped out of the box there, kind of anticipating a walk to first base. Smith on the 3-1. They're going to roll that one a strike as well. So Anderson on second due to the sacrifice bunt. Full count against Delaney Smith. Fouled backwards. Top of the second, 1 away. 2-0 Lehigh, runner on second for Penn. The 3-2 to Smith. Misses, and now she'll take her base. It'll bring number 5, Sammy Fenton, to the plate. Fenton, the junior from Ventura, California, batting .288 on the season. Runners on first and second as Fenton drives this one down the left field line. Coming home is Anderson. Smith is going to hold up at third. It's a stand-up double for Sammy Fenton.
Great job there by Fenton. That was ripped down the line. Saw the first pitch she liked and just put a really good swing on it.
2-1 Lehigh, top of the second. Runners on second and third for Penn, with 1 away. And Katie Reagan is going to be the next batter as she fouls the first one down the left field line.
Really important here to try to tie this game, maybe get a fly ball to the outfield to get this runner from third home.
Reagan, the right-handed junior from Glendale, Maryland. The 0-1 from Urban. A bit outside, will even account.
So judging from Lehigh's defense here, it looks like the corners are in and the middle's a little further back, especially the second baseman. So a ground ball to the second or shortstop will get the run home.
Fouled again into the Penn dugout on the left field side. The temperature sitting just above 50 degrees today in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. A bit of wind. The 1-2 is popped up into the infield. Baryak-Tarvich is under it. For the second out, it will hold Fenton and Smith at second and third base.
Really important out there. Now just need to get really anything here. Ground ball, fly ball to get out of this inning.
Danica Larwill at the bottom of the Penn order will be the last person to bat, and she's going to ground this one to third base. Over to first, the side is retired. A good play by Maddie Schmeiser over at third to gather that one and get Lehigh out of the jam. In the middle of the second inning, to score Lehigh 2, Penn 1, here from Leadership Park on the Goodman campus of Lehigh University. Back for the bottom of the second inning, Lehigh leads 2-1 with Maddie Schmeiser, the player who recorded the third out for the Mountain Hawks. With her throw over to first is the first player to come to bat as she gets in the bunt formation and fouls back the first pitch from Peyton Bean, who threw 31 pitches in the first inning. 2-1 Lehigh. Bottom of the second. And the 0-1 from Bean. Looks at a strike.
Close pitch there. Looks like it just caught the outside corner.
Oh, 2 to Schmeiser. Swings and misses. It's the second strikeout of the afternoon for Peyton Bean. And now the Lehigh lineup will loop around back to the top of the order. Kari Baryak-Tarvich.
Really good pitch there by Bean. 0-2 count. Definitely don't want to throw something that's in the heart of the plate, so threw it on the outside part and got the swing and miss.
Baryak-Tarvich flew out in the first inning. She fouls the first pitch away behind the plate to the left field side. Baryak-Tarvich 35 hits on this season. Only 3 of them are extra base hits. The 0-1 from Bean. Misses down and away. Level count to the fifth-year senior. The 1-1 from Bean. And it will just reach the strike zone. Lily Owens, who hit the home run in the first inning, is on deck. The 1-2 against Baryak-Tarvich as it's fouled on top of the press box.
Good job there to stay alive. 2 strikes. Got to protect the plate. Really good job of just fouling that one back to see another pitch.
One two against Baryak-Tarvich. 1 out, 2-1 Lehigh lead. Bottom of the second. The 1-2 from Bean is grounded to the first baseman. Not able to make a play in time as Dana Anderson tried to flip it back to second baseman Danica Larwill. And Baryak-Tarvich is aboard with 1 away.
Again, a really good job there protecting the plate. Just put something in play with 2 strikes, forced the defense to make a play and was able to reach.
Lily Owens has a team, tied for team lead, 6 home runs on this season. She hit her 6th in the first inning. A bit of a delay as we figure out a situation with what softballs we're going to use for the upcoming at-bat. So 1 away, it's Lily Owens at the plate. Home run to right field on her last at-bat. And the first offering from Bean misses. The 1-0 as Baryak-Tarvich takes off for second. She will reach there on a dive. Schneider doesn't even attempt to throw it down there. Baryak-Tarvich, I was about to say, has attempted the most steals of any Lehigh Mountain Hawk this year. She is now 14 for 17 on the season. 2-0 count against Owens. That one misses, and we're at a Frio with Baryak-Tarvich on second. A 2-1 Lehigh lead in the bottom of the second inning with 1 out.
Let's see if Owens has the green light here, 3-0.
Delivery from Bean called strike. Bean motions home and delivers. And ball 4 to Lily Owens, who will reach base. For the Mountain Hawks, there will be Owens on first and Barjak on second with one away. Emily Semino at the plate, advanced via walk in her first at-bat. The first pitch lands for a strike. 0-1 count against Semino, who is off to a great start. The senior so far this year for Lehigh. She is batting .326. Second pitch down and away for a ball. She had that hit in the 7th inning against Alabama that allowed the Mountain Hawks to go ahead and take their improbable victory over the Crimson Tide earlier this season. Bean delivers the 1-1, and Semino fouls it into the left side netting.
2 runners on here, 1 out. Important to protect, put something in play. Maybe advance the runners for the next batter.
The 1-2 from Bean is high as Schneider jumps up to make sure it doesn't get past her. Back to a level count. Motions home to 2-2. Semino fouls it away.
Good job there of just fouling that one back, protecting the plate. That's what you got to do with 2 strikes. You got to make the pitcher work.
The 2-2 from Bean. Misses, and we have a full count.
Looks like she tried a off-speed pitch there. Took some off of it.
Penn in their last series, their second series of the Ivy League season, dropped all 3 games on the road against Dartmouth. Full count to Semino, lined right to the shortstop. A good play by Fenton to make the catch and retire the senior. Runner stay put. 2-1 Lehigh with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Really good piece of hitting there by Semino. Protecting the plate with 2 strikes and then hitting one really hard. Just unfortunate that it went right at the shortstop.
2 outs is the first one. Lands down and away to Brooke Cannon, who in her last at-bat reached base for a walk. 2 outs, runners first and second. Cannon will ground this one on a 2-hopper to center, and Barjak is coming home, and she'll score.
Really good job there. 2 outs, just stayed with the pitch, lined it right up the middle, and got another run for the Mountain Hawks.
Lehigh extends their lead. Barjak comes around to score her 22nd run of the season. Josie Charles at the plate with Cannon on first and Owens on second. 3-1 Lehigh with 2 away. The first pitch from Peyton Bean is in for a strike. The 0-1 delivery is going to be grounded, 1 bounce to third and put over. However, the throw to Dana Anderson will not beat out Josie Charles. And the bases are now loaded for Lehigh yet again.
That was actually a little bit of a mistake by the third baseman there. There were runners on first and second, so she could have just fielded it and stepped on the bag, but she decided to try to come across the diamond to throw at the base runner, and she threw it in the dirt.
Amanda Graney flew out back into first as she fouls down the right field line on the first offering from Bean. Peyton Bean up to 55 pitches so far, with 2 away in the bottom of the second. Lehigh leads 3-1. Josie Charles on first, Brooke Cannon on second, Lily Owens on third base. The 0-1 from Bean, just off the plate.
Similar situation here as we had in the first inning. Bases loaded, up 2 with 2 outs. Really important at bat.
1-1 just outside from Bean, similar spot to the previous pitch. 2-1 against Amanda Graney. She lines this one to left, and moving over 2 steps to her right is Katie Reagan, and that will be the end of the second inning. Lehigh added another run in the second through a RBI single for Brooke Cannon. At the end of 2, it's Lehigh 3, Penn 1 from Leadership Park on the Goodman campus of Lehigh University. This is a production of the Lehigh Student Broadcasting Club. In the top of the third inning, Penn is at the plate. With number 4, Madison Bowerly. The first and the second pitch of the at-bat from Maria Urban, both just a bit too far inside. Bowerly 0 for 1 on the day. She flew out back in the first inning. And now at a 2-2 count against Miranda Bowerly. She flew out back into first. The sophomore infielder from Middletown, Delaware. Swings and misses. Maria Urban gets Bowerly to go around.
Then she fouled it off her foot.
Yeah, made contact with it just barely. So 2-2 against Bowerly.
Yeah, it's not a great feeling as a ball player to foul a ball off your foot like that. Never feels great.
So one more shot at it. On the 2-2, moves inside.
Ooh, good pitch.
But the pitch barely clips the strike zone. It will retire Miranda Bowerly for the first out of the inning. Brianna Brown comes to the plate for the second time this afternoon. Grounded out previously. The first offering from Urban. Away for ball one. Urban kicks and deals to 1-0. Brown lines up in bunt formation but misses. Pulls it back in time to have it register as ball two. The 2-0 from Urban. And once again, just a bit too far outside. For the sophomore. 3-0 against Brown, and she will take her base. The first base runner of the third inning for Penn. So they put a runner aboard trailing 3-1 with one out in the top of the third inning. It'll be the catcher, Sarah Schneider. First pitch is in for a strike. Throw down to first base as Brown dives back into position. 0-1 swung on by Schneider as Brown takes off for second. She makes it there in time.
Good read there by Brown. Saw the pitch was in the dirt and was able to steal a base.
O2 is grounded to Schmeiser, who gets it over to first, and after retiring the runner at first, they threw it over to Bariktarvich, who was covering third, to try to get Brown out at third base. They were not able to. Brianna Brown will advance to third. But now there's two outs in the top of the third inning, and Dana Anderson is at the plate for Penn. First pitch from Urban is a ball. Brianna Brown sitting on third base with two outs. It's a 3-1 lead for Lehigh. Inside for ball two. Anderson batting .266 on the season. Sydney Parlett playing catcher, running out to Maria Urban just to have a discussion.
Let's see how aggressive she is here with the hitter's count.
Anderson fouls it away towards the Penn bench. Two one. And grounded to Schmeiser at third. She throws it over to first. And Tabaka will get the runner out at first base, retiring to side. We're in the middle of the third inning here at Leadership Park in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, between Lehigh and Penn. The Lehigh Mountain Hawks have a 3-1 lead. Sydney Parlett coming to the plate for Lehigh in the bottom of the third inning. They lead 3-1. It will be 7-8-9 for the Mountain Hawks to lead off. First pitch from Bean. Looked at by Parlett for a strike.
Close pitch there, right on the inside corner.
Second pitch from Bean is low in the dirt. All square at 1. In the first game of the doubleheader between Lehigh and Penn. Low again, 2-1 against the first year. And misses low. 3-1. Against Parlett, as the Penn coach comes out to talk to Peyton Bean, who started this game. She has pitched 2 innings, struck out 2, and allowed 3 earned runs.
That was an interesting discussion there. It looked like it was mainly led by the umpire. Not exactly sure what went on, maybe.
Yeah, the umpire
Some
came to
injury.
join the conversation.
Yeah, that was a little strange.
So 3-1 count. The 3-1 delivery from Bean will miss high. Sydney Parlett on first base, following a walk. We'll bring Abby Tabaka to the plate. She struck out into second in her first at-bat. And the first pitch comes in, hits her in the side of the leg. So Tabaka will be on first, Parlett will be on second. With nobody out, Lehigh with 2 runners aboard.
Let's see what Lehigh decides to do here. 9 hitter up, first and second, no outs. Look for maybe a bunt. The third baseman for Penn is expecting it as she's playing really far in. Yep.
Attempt on the bunt in for a strike. Madison Bowerly, the third baseman for Penn, is just ever so encroaching towards home plate. Maddie Schmeiser going over to talk to head coach Fran Troyan for a quick second. Oh, 1 count against the sophomore Schmeiser. And bunted foul. 0-2.
Now with 2 strikes, the bunt is almost definitely going to be off.
Let's see what approach Schmeiser takes here. Barrick Tarbich on deck. The 0-2 dealing from Bean misses. 3-1 Lehigh, nobody out, bottom of the third inning. 1-2 delivery from Bean is fouled off down the left field side by Schmeiser.
Good job there to foul off that pitch and stay alive in this at bat.
One, 2 against Matty Schmeiser. The sophomore holds up as the pitch lands off the plate. Back to a 2-2 count. Pitch 66 from Bean is swung on and missed by Schmeiser. It will be the first out at the bottom of the third inning, and it will loop Lehigh's lineup back around to the top of the order.
That was a really good pitch there by Bean. Right on the outside part of the plate. Tough pitch to hit. And she got strikeout.
Marek Tarvich reached base on a bunt single earlier today. She came around to score a run as the first pitch from Bean lands just a bit too high. The delivery on the 1-0. Just lands in for strike one. One, fouled left field side. A 1-2 count against Marek Tarvich. On first is Tabaka, on second is Parlett. With one away, with a 3-1 Lehigh lead. The 1-2 offering from Bean. Wide of the mark. Even count with one away. The 2-2 is popped up into left field. Katie Reagan will be under it and makes the catch. The Lehigh runners held up at first and second. We'll bring Lily Owens to the plate. Had a home run back in the first inning.
Really, really important at bat here after allowing the first two runners to reach. It would be really good for Penn if they could get out of this inning unscathed. And it looks like we got a pitching change here.
Yeah, new pitcher coming in for Penn. It will be the sophomore Rachel Riley. The 5'10" right-hander from Houston, Texas. If you're just tuning in, there's 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. Lehigh leading Penn by a score of 3-1. That'd be Tabaka on first base for the Mountain Hawks. Cindy Parlett on second. And Lily Owens will be batting. Once the new pitcher for Penn, Rachel Riley, warms up, exiting the game for the Quakers is Peyton Bean, who for 77 pitches over 2 2/3 innings of work. She faced 19 batters, allowed 3 earned runs, picked up the same amount of strikeouts, and walked 4. Lily Owens at the plate for the Mountain Hawks. Batting .287 on this season. 1-for-1 with a home run and a walk. The first pitch from Riley is fouled back. Rachel Riley has thrown 53 innings so far this year. She has a 6.0 ERA with 23 strikeouts. Has allowed 11 home runs. Owens fouls back. Yet another pitch. Bat just a bit under the ball. It's an 0-2 count. In the bottom of the third, with 2 outs, Lehigh has a 3-1 lead.
0-2 count here, important for a hitter to protect the plate, especially with the new pitcher coming in.
The 0-2 delivery from Riley is just a tad bit high. And the dealing of a 1-2. It's going to be grounded to short. The throw over to Anderson is just not in time. The runners on first and second advance to second and third. The bases are loaded yet again with 2 outs.
Yeah. Third inning in a row. Yeah, on that play there was a slowly hit ball to the shortstop. Shortstop Sammy Fenton, I think, needed to charge that one a little more. She sort of sat back on it, and the throw was too late.
2 outs, 3-1 Lehigh, as the first offering from Riley against Emily Semino is wide of the plate. Second pitch from Riley lands in for a strike. It's a 1-1 count against the senior outfielder Semino. Bases loaded for the Mountain Hawks. Owens, Tabaka, and Parlett. Ball 2 from Riley.
Dangerous spot here for a pitcher in sort of a hitter's count with the bases loaded against a really good hitter. It's definitely not a spot I'd want to be in if I was on the mound.
2-1 to Semino, and it gets
That's
lined up the middle. Hits off of Abby Tabaka, and that will retire to side. Lined right into her own teammate. It's the end of the third inning. Lehigh leads 3-1 at Leadership Park over Penn. We'll be back in a minute with the top of the fourth. And we're back for the top of the fourth. Lehigh is leading 3-1. And Julia Mortimer takes the first pitch from Urban. It bounces off of Schmeiser. to Baryak-Tarvich, and the throw over to first is not in time.
Not much that Schmeiser could do there. That ball was a really hard hit. Sort of just had to react to it. And she actually did a good job of knocking it down.
Yeah, knocking it down, knocking it to her teammate, as the first pitch to Delaney Smith, who is now at the plate, is going to be fouled back on a bunt attempt. Smith so far this year batting .204 with 10 hits, and 4 of those 10 hits being doubles. Attempted bunt once again, popped right up to Parlett for out number 1. Mortimer staying at first. 1 away in the top of the 4th, Lehigh leading Penn 3-1. Sammy Fenton coming to the plate. She has a hit and an RBI so far today on a double. First pitch is in for a strike. The 0-1 from Urban. And bounces as it crosses the plate. The count now 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch to Fenton is fouled back. 1-2 count against the junior infielder from Ventura, California. A runner on first base. We have Mortimer with the leadoff single, as the 1-2 is a bit low. Back even. Two against Fenton. Grounded to Schmeiser at third. Gets it over to second for 1. Over to first. They do not get Fenton in time, but Lehigh gets the lead runner out and gets the second out of the inning. Katie Reagan coming to the plate now. Top of the 4th. 2 outs. Lehigh leading by a score of 3-1. First pitch just a tad bit low. Sammy Fenton on first. And Reagan taken aback a bit by the 1-0 from Irvin.
Really good
for strike
pitch
1,
there.
yeah.
Right on the inside part of the plate.
The 1-1 delivery fouled backwards. Maria Urban's only given up 2 hits in 3 2/3 innings of work so far this afternoon. She has the 1-2 count as that one misses upstairs.
That was actually interesting right there. Reagan tried to call time, but the umpire did not give it to her. So the pitch would have countered if it was a strike, but didn't find the zone.
Urban misses again on the 2-2 full count. Penn trails by 2. Sammy Fenton is on first base. And fouled right to Sydney Parlett. Free 2 count against Reagan. And she will take her base inside at the knees. Just below the knees, and Danica Larwell will be at the plate next now with runners on first and second. Batting ninth in the order for Penn.
Really good at bat there by Reagan, fouling a pitch off, working the count, and giving her teammate behind her a chance to get an RBI here with the hit.
First pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Urban deals. A blooper to the edge of the outfield. It will drop. Coming around to score is Fenton. The throw into third to try to get Reagan. Will not be in time. As Penn moves 1 run closer. It's a 3-2 ball game in the top of the fourth. As Larwell comes in with an RBI double.
That was a good pitch there. Just kind of got a little unlucky. Ball kind of went off the end of the bat and sort of just dropped in between everyone for a base hit.
Madison Bowerly has yet to record a hit in both of her first 2 at-bats, and she takes strike 1 swinging on the first pitch from Urban. Runners on second and third base. Penn trails this game 3-2 in the top of the fourth inning. Inside, count even at 1.
Really important spot in the beginning of this game. It seems like the Mountain Hawks have dominated most of it as that was fouled back. They've had a lot of runners reach base, but only have 3 runs to show for it. While Penn has been better with their opportunities, and a hit here will actually give them the lead.
Taking it that runner on second around to score. Grounded to Borek-Tarvich, who gets at the first and retires the side. Lehigh surrender a run in the top of the fourth inning, but they stay out in front 3-2 in the middle of the fourth here at Leadership Park here on the Lehigh Student Broadcasting Club. We'll be back with Lehigh to the play in the bottom of the fourth in just a quick second. Last season, these two teams faced off in a doubleheader at Penn. Lehigh took the wins in both of those games, 9-6, and then in a 5-inning shortened 15-1 win in the second game. Brooke Cannon coming at the plate. She has reached base in both of her plate appearances. Once in an RBI single, the second on a walk. The first pitch from Rachel Riley is just inside the plate, misses for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery is over the heart of the plate, just a bit high. A 2-0 count against Brooke Cannon, with fellow outfielder Josie Charles sitting on deck. 2-0 as it is lifted into right center field, and diving forward is Julia Mortimer to make the catch.
Wow. Great play right there. Diving catch to save a hit. That was a really good play.
With one away, Josie Charles, the left fielder, is coming to the plate. She is batting 1 for 2 on the day. as the first pitch lands for strike one. Charles having an incredible season, batting .452 on the year, leading the team with 42 hits as she grounds at the third. The play over to Anderson at first will retire Charles, and that'll be the second out in the bottom of the fourth. Graney is next to the plate. Riley motions home the first pitch, will bounce out of the glove of Sarah Schneider. And open up the third at-bat of the day for Graney. She flew out on both of her first two. Second pitch down the middle, just a bit high. 2-0 count against the usual Lehigh catcher, playing designated player so far today, the sophomore from Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
Good hitters count here.
2-0 is fouled down the right field line. Mortimer raced over to try to reach it. She was just a few steps behind. And a 2-1 from Riley. Misses upstairs. So a 3-1 count against the Lehigh sophomore.
Another really good hitters count here. Let's see how aggressive. Yep.
Graney to right field. Mortimer will let it drop. And there's a runner aboard for Lehigh with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth, carrying a 3-2 lead.
Really good piece of hitting there by Graney. Stayed back on that one, let it travel in the zone, and punched out to right field to reach base.
Sydney Parlett was hit by a pitch and walked earlier this afternoon as the Mountain Hawks bring out the pinch runner for Graney. It'll be Lindsey Martin entering the game for Lehigh, the sophomore from Morgan Hill, California. So Lindsey Martin running on first as Parlett, who is playing catcher this afternoon, stands in the box. Riley motions home the first pitch. It is one hopped into right field as it will be a single for Parlett on the first pitch of the at-bat. Lindsey Martin will advance to second. Lehigh getting some runners on board, 2 outs
Some
in the fourth inning.
Here.
Yep.
2-out magic.
Abby Tabaka is the next batter for Lehigh. As she swings at the first pitch, it blows right past her for strike one. She struck out in this game already. The 0-1 delivery from Riley will come in and hit Tabaka. It will be the second time that she has been hit this game.
Hey, Eddie, we got the bases loaded with 2 outs again.
We got the bases loaded with 2 outs for the 4th inning in a row. Lehigh has stranded 9 runners on base so far this afternoon. Maddie Schmeiser, who struck out in both of her at-bats is at the plate. The 0-0 from Riley. It's a bit high. Throughout the course of the season, Rachel Riley has relied a lot on her defense. She's only produced 23 strikeouts. A hit of around 3 hits per strikeout as it's popped into left field. The 1-0 pitch from Riley will land for Maddie Schmeiser. Coming around to score is Lindsey Martin. And Lehigh extends their lead to 2 with 2 outs. They finally capitalize with bases loaded and 2 outs.
Yes. Definitely good to see. That was a really important hit because you extend the lead and now you got the top of the lineup up. So definitely a really good chance to add to it.
Borjak-Tarvich recorded a hit, has also come around to score a run as she grounds at the third, and stepping on the bag on the first pitch is Madison Bowerly to end the inning. It's 1 run across for Lehigh. They take a 4-2 lead at the end of the 4th inning. We'll be back in a minute with the start of the 5th inning. Heading to the top of the 5th at Leadership Park here, Lehigh carries a 4-2 lead, and they're heading to the bullpen to make a pitching change. Chloe Hess, the first year from Hancock, Maryland, is coming in. She pitched in both of Lehigh's last 2 games. On Sunday the 26th against Lafayette, she pitched 6 innings in a win, where she allowed 3 earned runs in the first game of the day, and then she pitched 2.2 in the second game of the day. Did not allow a single hit. Brianna Brown is coming to the plate to lead off the top of the 5th. 2-3-4 for Penn. And the first from Hess. Brown drops into bunting formation. It will be outside the zone. She pulls back, ball 1. Brianna Brown, second on the team in batting average, only behind Sarah Schneider. Second pitch from Hess misses the zone as well. Motions home to 2-0. Misses outside again. 3-0 count for Brianna Brown. Here comes the 3-0. Looks at strike 1.
Solid pitch right there on the outside corner. Important to fight here because Penn's got some good hitters coming up, so you don't want to walk the leadoff person.
And outside just a bit high. Brianna Brown will take her base. It will bring Sarah Schneider, the most well-rounded hitter in this Penn lineup, to the plate. Maria Urban leaves the game after pitching 4 innings. She faced 19 batters. Only had 1 strikeout, but forced Penn into 7 groundouts and only 3 hits. First pitch from Hess to Schneider. Schneider ducks out of the way, and running to second is Brown. She will make it there in time. Cindy Parlett coming out to discuss things with Chloe Hess. Heading back from February 19th to March 15th, Lehigh had that 11-game winning streak, which really rode them into the stretch of form that they're having right now. They went a whole 26 days without losing, including 2 wins over Iowa.
Hess needs to try to find her control here against a really good hitter, while also simultaneously not giving her something really good to hit.
The 1-0 delivery to Schneider. This one in right location as far as over the plate, just a bit high. Motions home to 2-0. Will land for a strike. The 2-1. This time low.
Hitter's count here for Schneider. It looked like she was taken all the way on the 2-0 pitch. My bet is she might be pretty aggressive if the pitch finds the zone here.
3-1 as it's fouled back into the netting behind home plate. Chloe Hess has allowed 25 walks on the season so far in 66 innings pitched. On second is Brianna Brown. It is 4-2 Lehigh over Penn in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody out. Grounded right to Chloe Hess. She froze it over to Tanaka. And Schneider is retired with Brianna Brown advancing to third base with 1 away.
Really good play there by Hess to be very alert right after she threw the pitch. If she didn't fielded it, probably would have gotten through, so good play there.
Dana Anderson at the plate with 1 away in the top of the 5th. The first pitch from Hess is just a bit too close to the batter.
Really close, though. Really close pitch.
The 1-0 from Hess. This is again back to a 2-0 count. The 2-0 against Anderson. High again, back to 3-0. Dana Anderson, 17 hits on the season, 14 of them being singles. She recorded 1 home run so far in 2023.
This is probably a take spot for Anderson.
First and second base are open. Runner on third. Penn down 4-2. The 3-0 pitch is in for a strike. A brisk 55-degree day here in Bethlehem. Hess delivers the 3-1. Is fouled backwards to the right of the batter.
Anderson got jammed there a little bit on the 3-1 pitch. If I were Hess, I'd go right back to the same pitch on the inside corner.
Full count, runner on third, 1 away for Chloe Hess. The first-year pitcher deals. It's in, just in there. Yeah, they're going to get her on a strikeout. Looking.
Definitely a close pitch. Right on the inside part of the plate.
Julia Mortimer now at the plate with 2 away in the top of the 5th. Brianna Brown still on third. Penn trailing Lehigh 2-4. First pitch fouled backwards by Mortimer. So far today, Mortimer has reached base on 1 hit. had a sacrifice bunt as well. Almost goes around, but holds herself up. 1-1 the count now. Even count delivery from Hess, grounded to second and flipped to first as Lily Owens to Tanaka will end the inning for Penn. Lehigh coming to bat in the bottom of the fifth with a 4-2 lead. Penn strands a runner on third base. We will be back in a minute here of this Lehigh Student Broadcasting Club broadcast of NCAA softball between Lehigh and Penn with the bottom of the fifth inning. 2-3-4 for Lehigh in the bottom of the fifth inning. Lily Owens, who hit a home run back into first to kick off the scoring, will be the first person at the plate. She's reached base in all three of her at-bats. Has a single as well, and has been walked. Rachel Riley still out there for Penn on the mound. Her first pitch of the inning is going to be coasted to center field. Diving for it was Brown. She misses. Rounding second is Owens. And she is in with a triple. And she moves a double away from the cycle.
Wow. Great piece of hitting there. Lined it into center field. Center fielder tried to make a play on it. Couldn't. And really good base running to get to third and make it a triple.
Coming to the plate now is Semino. Advanced on a walk in one of her two at-bats this afternoon. Runner on third base, it's Lily Owens. The first pitch from Rachel Riley is high for a ball. It's 4-2 Lehigh in the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 count against the senior outfielder Semino. Riley winds up and delivers a strike on the outside corner.
Really good pitch there. Bottom half of the plate and outside half of the plate. Really tough pitch to hit.
The 1-1 will be away from the plate. 2-1 count against Emily Semino. She has 6 home runs on the season, tied for a team high with Owens, who is currently on third base. Ball 3 away.
Look for Semino to be aggressive here. 3-1 count. She's going to look for a pitch to drive.
On the season, Semino with 17 extra base hits. This one is fouled away to left field.
A little late on that one. Let's see if she makes the adjustment here.
The full count against Emily Semino. Riley delivers and is in the dirt. Runners on first and third for Lehigh in the bottom of the fifth. They lead this game 4-2. And center fielder Brooke Cannon will be the next batter to reach the plate. Cannon so far today has batted in a run off of a single. Was her 10th RBI of the season as she takes the first pitch, and running over to second is Semino. No throw from Schneider to second base. It's an 0-1 count after the pitch was ruled a strike. Cannon with the 0-1 fouls it back. Semino has moved into scoring position. Lily Owens is on third base. Nobody out in the bottom of the fifth for Lehigh.
The middle of the Penn infield is playing back here, so a ground ball to the shortstop or second baseman will get the run in.
And ground ball to shortstop. Run comes over to score. The throw is off, and Cannon advances to first. Semino moves up to third base. Lily Owens comes home, and Lehigh takes a 5-2 lead. Another mound visit by the Penn coaching staff coming out to talk to Rachel Riley. Lehigh manager Fran Troyan coming over to talk with the runners on base and the batter about to come to the plate, Josie Charles.
Really good job there by Cannon on the last at bat. 2 strikes, protected the plate, knew where her infielders were, and was able to get the job done to add to the Lehigh lead.
So runners on the corners. There's nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 5-2 Lehigh. Josie Charles is at the plate batting .447 on the year with 13 RBIs. The windup from Riley in the first pitch as taking off for second is Cannon. She slides in, and Lehigh have stolen yet another base. Lehigh enters this afternoon 51 for 59 on stolen base attempts. 5-2 is the score. A foul ball from Charles. The first pitch on the steal from Cannon was a ball, so we're at a 1-1 count.
Really good spot here for Charles. She leads the team in hits, and a hit here might be able to get 2 runners home.
5-2 Lehigh, runners second and third, 1-1 count. Riley winds up and throws.
Just high.
Just a tad bit high. 2-1. Lehigh have stranded 12 runners on base now this afternoon. And the line drive into left field will drop for Charles. Coming around to score is going to be Semino. Cannon now comes home as they throw it to second. And Lehigh gets both runs across the home plate as Josie Charles is in at second base.
Great job all around there by Charles. First off, great hit, and then great base running. She saw the throw came in to the third baseman, and she was able to take off for second. Third baseman threw it to second, and then Lehigh was able to get another run out of that. So
yeah, a great play
around
by Josie Charles to have that awareness to see where the ball was and then get an extra base out of it. She'll be on second. There are no outs. It's a 7-2 Lehigh lead. Lindsey Martin is at the plate for the first time this afternoon after pinch running previously for Amanda Graney. She faces a ball on the first pitch. It's a 1-0 count in the bottom of the 5th inning. That was a lot to go through, but we're at 1-0 as a good pitch from Riley will level up the count. 11 hits so far for Lehigh on 24 at-bats. And Lindsey Martin fouls that one back.
Good pitch to hit there right over the center of the plate, just a little late on it.
Pitch in for ball 2.
Really close. Really good spot there. Just missed off the outside part of the plate.
Nobody out for Lehigh. Martin at the plate, 2-2 count. Riley with the windup into delivery. On the top shelf, just a bit too much for ball 3. Josie Charles on second, 7-2 Lehigh lead in the bottom of the 5th. The full count pitch from Riley is fouled backwards.
Martin's doing a good job to stay alive here. Make the pitcher work even more.
Lindsey Martin with the full count. Riley kicks and deals. Popped up to center. Racing back is Brown. And it will drop. Running to third is Charles. As they retire, they get Martin, but they don't get Josie Charles. She advances to third base.
That was actually that was really well hit by Martin. She drives it way out to center field, but just a really good play. And the runner was able to tag, so now runner on third with 1 out. Another fly ball just like that should be able to extend the Mountain Hawk lead to 6.
Sydney Parlett has a hit so far. She has been walked so far, and she has been hit by a pitch. So she has reached base 3 times as she takes ball 1. She's reached base 3 times, all in different ways.
Yeah.
1 out with Charles on third. The 1-0 is fouled into the backstop. Racing back is Schneider. She won't get there in time. (7-2) Lehigh, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Runner on third base. That runner is Josie Charles. Strike 2 called as Parlett looks at it.
Good pitch there, right on the outer half of the plate. Got to protect now with 2 strikes.
The 1-2 is lined into right. And by the looks of it, it landed foul. I don't have any good vision over there. That's Jaden's call to make,
foul.
yeah.
Foul ball.
One and 2 against Parlett. And she swings and misses. It's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Rachel Riley.
Really good pitch there by Riley. Elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Got the swing and a miss.
Abby Tabaka with 2 outs is coming to the plate for Lehigh. First pitch inside. So Tabaka at the plate now. Schmeiser on deck. Then after that, that's 4 full times that we've gone through the Lehigh batting order. The 1-0 is lined over to second baseman's head. Charles comes in to score. It's a single for Abby Tabaka, her first hit of the afternoon. And Lehigh takes an 8-2 lead.
Really good job there by Tabaka, staying back on the ball, driving it into right field, and as my partner said, extending the lead. Looks like we got a pinch hitter here.
Yeah, Krista Duena, yes, coming in to hit in the place of Maddie Schmeiser. Dwayne, yes, the first year out of Clovis, California. First pitch from Riley lands for a strike. It's an 0-1 count against the right-handed hitter. The 0-1. In for a second strike.
Good pitch there.
Krista Duena is not only good at softball, she is great academically as well as valedictorian of her high school class at Clovis East High School as she swings through the third pitch into the glove of the catcher. Lehigh puts across 4 in the bottom of the 5th. Penn will come back to bat in the top of the 6th inning. The score, Lehigh 8, Penn 2. Chloe Hess returns to the mound for the top of the 6th inning. Coming to the plate for Penn will be Delaney Smith, who's reached on a walk in one of her 2 plate appearances so far. The first pitch in for a strike. Hess kicks and deals the 0-1. Fouled away.
Important here as a pitcher just to continue to throw strikes and make the other team put the ball in play, especially when you have a big lead like this.
Chloe Hess with 60 strikeouts in nearly 67 innings is definitely the pitcher you want to attack the hitters, as the 0-2 offering is just a bit high and outside. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. It's a strikeout for Chloe Hess. Her second of the afternoon. Sammy Fenton now coming to the plate.
Good pitch there. Just blew a fastball right by her on the outside part of the plate.
One out. Fenton has one hit on the afternoon. Grounded to second. Over to Tabaka, who will retire Fenton on the throw from Owens. 2 away in the top of the 6th. Katie Reagan now at the plate. Reached on a walk in one of her 2 at-bats. First pitch inside. Reagan ducks out of the way a little bit for ball 1. And fouled backwards from Reagan.
Jammed her there. Good pitch.
Even count. Chloe Hess has appeared in 17 games for the Mountain Hawks this season, has started in 7. As the 1-1 pitch is fouled by Reagan. She has had the second highest workload of the Lehigh pitchers, only behind Caitlin Young, who has thrown 92 innings and is expected to be used in the second game of the doubleheader. The 1-2 to Reagan. This is a bit high. Chloe Hess with a 2-2 and fouled away.
Good job there by Reagan, just fighting off a tough pitch and staying alive in this at-bat.
Two count, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And low for ball 3. She's reached base once so far in this game. And line to left. Charles will throw it in to Owens at second. Katie Reagan on base with a single.
Really great at bat there by Katie Reagan. She fought off a couple close pitches and then also took a couple close pitches, then got a pitch she could drive on the 3-2 count and was able to get on with a single here.
Danica Larwill now at the plate. First pitch is high for ball 1. One-0 from Hess. Misses as well. Standing on first is Reagan. There's a 8-2 lead for Lehigh in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. The 2-0 offering misses high once again. 3-0 to Danica Larwill. The top of the order next for Penn.
Larwill is almost 100% taking here. Need base runners down 6.
She does take for strike 1.
Definitely a chance she takes here too.
The 3-1. Swings through it. Strike 2. We're back at a full count with 2 outs. Just like we were with the last runner. Last time, Katie Reagan singled it up the left field line. The 3-2 to Larwill is fouled back.
Another good at bat here. Tough pitch on the lower half of the zone. fouled back.
The free two, bit too high as Hess allows the free pass. Madison Bowerly is the next batter for Penn. As Patty Ruth Taylor comes out to talk to Chloe Hess. A pinch runner coming in for Penn. It will be number 8, Blake Landau. So Madison Bowerly with 2 away in the top of the 6th. Strike 1. And thrown over on the 0-1 offering. Larwill and Landau advance to second and third. One count. Popped up into shallow right field. To put it away is Semino. It's the middle of the 6th inning. And Lehigh gets 2 runners stranded for Penn. They lead 8-2 heading into the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, Carly Baryak-Tarvich. Is going to bunt on the first pitch. Heads to first, and she is safe.
Great speed there. A little drag bunt. I was able to beat it out for the hit.
So we're in the bottom of the 6th. Lehigh has a 6-run lead, so scoring 3 runs in this inning would end the game via mercy rule. Lily Owens now at the plate. She has been at the plate 4 times. She has everything for the cycle but a double. Fouls back the first pitch.
You calling your shot here?
I'm not necessarily calling her shot here. I'm just saying it how it is. She has a single, a triple, a home run, and a walk. Owens fouled back again, 0-2. The 0-2 from Riley to Owens is wide. First ball to count. Lehigh with 13 hits off 29 at-bats. Nobody away in the bottom of the sixth. And fouled away again.
Really good at bat here. Put in some good swings on some pitches. That was a tough pitch inside. Was able to foul it back.
Lehigh with a 6-run lead. Runner on first. Ground line to second. And Larwill will step to her left and retire Lily Owens. It's her first out of the afternoon. One away. Emily Semino now at the plate.
Yeah, solid at bat by Owens there. Even though she got out, that ball was a pretty hard hit. Just a nice play by the second baseman.
Semino popped up to left. Falls foul. So Mercy rolls 8 or more runs. So
2 more.
2 more would be. I wasn't sure if it was more than 8 or 8 and more. I looked up the rule. It is 8 or more. Oh, 1 against Semino. Fouled away, 0-2 count. Now to the senior outfielder.
Semino has been late on these first 2 pitches. Let's see if she fixes her timing a little bit here.
The 0-2 to Semino. Misses for a ball.
If I were to pitcher here, I'd try to throw a pitch on the inner half of the plate. Semino's already showed that she's a little late on the fastball, but we'll see what happens.
Ball 2, a bit low. One out, 2-2 count. 8-2 Lehigh, bottom of the 6th. As it is grounded to short, over to second for 1. They do not get Semino at first base. There's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th. Coming to the plate now is Brooke Cannon. 2 RBIs today. Batting 2 for free. Has also stolen a base. I'll keep an eye out for Semino on the base paths. As the first pitch has popped up, I guess you won't have to keep an eye out for Semino on the base paths as Julia Mortimer makes the catch. And we're at the end of the 6th inning. The score, Lehigh 8, Penn 2. Penn will have to score at least 6 to stay in this game at the top of the 7th. We'll be back in 1 minute with the top of the 7th inning here for the Lehigh Student Broadcasting Club. Chloe Hess looking to finish this one off in the top of the 7th. Lehigh leads 8-2 at Leadership Park in the first game of a doubleheader against Penn, as the first pitch is wide for a ball. The leadoff hitter is Breonna Brown. Her first three plate appearances had 2 walks and a ground out.
Oh.
Brown is going to plop it up right in front of the plate. It'll bounce foul. 1-1 count. Against the junior outfielder. Fouled back and away. 1-2.
Brown seems really late on the fastball here. Swinging almost when the ball hit the catcher's glove on that one.
If Lehigh comes away with the win, their record will improve to 23-6 as Chloe Hess gets the swing and miss from Breonna Brown on the 1-2 pitch.
Solid pitch there.
It's her third strikeout of the afternoon. Sarah Schneider, now coming to the plate, has been just great on offense for Penn this year. 12 extra base hits, 2 home runs, batting just above 340.
OPS over 1,000. Really good player all around.
This afternoon, Schneider is 0 for 3 as there's a strike on the first pitch, and she fouls the second one away down the right field side. It's 0-2. Lehigh leads 8-2 in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Here comes the 0-2 from Hess. High for a ball. The 1-2 from Hess misses in the exact same spot. It's a 2-2 count. Penn did a great job today of stranding Lehigh runners. It just looks like their efforts at stopping their offense were just not enough so far in this first game. The 2-2, down and away, loads up the count.
Yeah, it's tough to win when you allow 13 hits. Just too many base runners.
3-2. Popped up into left field. Under it is Charles. The high flyer is brought in for out number 2. Lehigh can end the game at this at-bat.
Schneider just got under that one.
Dana Anderson coming to the plate. She has scored a run in this game on a walk. A great combined pitching performance. 4 hits allowed so far today between the two pitchers as it is popped up into left field by Anderson. Under it is Charles, and that will be all she wrote. Lehigh will win this game by a score of 8-2. We're staying on air for the second game. I personally am not. I'm heading to a meeting. Alec Eskin will be hopping on play-by-play. Any final thoughts, Shaden?
Great game overall by the Mountain Hawks. A lot of really good at-bats, fouling off pitches in key spots to make Penn pitchers work, drive their pitch counts up.
Great game for Lily Owens.
Yeah.
Single, triple home run.
I mean, from here, it just looked like she was in the zone the whole game. Hitters, have that sort of feeling sometimes where, they don't believe that anyone could really get them out, and it just looked like that's the way she was feeling out there because she looked really good at the plate.
And that is all we have from Leadership Park between Lehigh and Penn for this first game. We'll be back with the second game in just a little bit. We're going to turn the stream off for a while, but until then, my name is Eddie Fior, joined by Jay and Yohai on this production from the Lehigh Student Broadcasting Club. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in, and hope you guys have a great